Jamestown, Virginia, 1621.
Greetings. My name is John Rolfe. I greet you to this place, this Jamestown. No doubt you know my wife's name better than you know mine. Pocahontas, who does not know that name? Let me tell you about this Jamestown. 'Tis a place of great importance. On the James River right here, with water almost all round on three sides. And the water is deep here. The channel runs close to the bank right here. And in 1607, when Christopher Newport and Captain John Smith did first come here in the spring of 1607, they tied their ships to the trees right here upon this bank. We are some distance up the river, and that is a good thing, for we fear the Spaniards who may still come up, and we wish not to have them to surprise us, so 'tis a good place here. No doubt you've come here for some of the same reasons as those who came before you. I must say there were great difficulties in the early years. They did come seeking their fortune in gold and silver, as the Spaniards had found in America, but they found it not, and they found instead all sorts of hardship and difficulty. They found failure and starvation and fighting with natives and so forth. They had great problems in those early years, but 'tis better now. And they came looking for their gold and silver, as the Spaniards had found, but did not find such. There is no gold among the natives here. There is, in fact, a reason to come here. Those who sought their profit in the gold and silver were the investors of the Virginia Company. They did expect a profit, a return for their investment in this place. They did not find it in gold and silver. I think 'twill be found indeed. In fact, it will, but in raw materials of all sorts, to go back to England, such as the trees round here. You won't find trees in England of this sort. The investors of the Virginia Company did seek their profit, as a farmer would seek his profits in his crops, in his harvest. In the early years, in 1606, the King James, did issue a charter to establish this colony, and that charter did create for us the same sacred rights of Englishmen here in this colony. Later in 1619, the first General Assembly met here. The General Assembly is the governor, the governor's council upon which I sit, and the elected burgesses. That's right, I did say elected, as we do elect our members of Parliament in England. And a French or a Spanish colonist cannot say that, for they have no such elective body. 'Tis important, for we do make some of our own laws and establish our own taxes here. And this is, in fact, the first elective body here in America, the first representative body. In 1620, the first large groups of women did come here to this colony, and that is important, for we now will have families here, and it doth give us the feeling that this may yet be a permanent colony. Another arrival of importance at this time was that of the Africans, and they did join the English indentured servants. They will certainly enhance the production of tobacco in this colony of Virginia. Tobacco. 'Twas not tobacco in the early years that was our greatest concern. 'Twas simple survival. For in the early years, many did perish as a result of illness, one sort or other, from fighting with the natives, from not enough to eat, simple starvation. But that brings to mind another type of starvation. Certainly, agriculture can provide for your bodies, but the Virginia Company investors who'd put forward their funds to sustain this colony, they needed a profit. We had to have a cash crop, and tobacco is the cash crop that sustains this colony. For you can sell tobacco in England at a great profit, great sums. Tobacco requires great labor and that labor is provided by Africans and English servants. Many are required. And as to money, gold and silver coins that you and I are familiar with using in England, we have them not in abundance here in Virginia. And we must barter, we must trade for what we need. Let me show you money here. Tobacco is often money. Tobacco is traded often for what we need. As a matter of fact, you can even pay your taxes with the tobacco. When one has needs before one's crop of tobacco has come in, one must use credit, a promise to pay later when one has a crop. For we have no banks here in Virginia, in the colony. No place to save, no place to borrow. Credit must be used when you need and you have no crop. Well, I must go along. I hope what I have told you will help you survive in this colony of Virginia.
With the success of tobacco, Jamestown prospered, becoming the first permanent English settlement in America.